right, so you should be seeing on your side now.
Have thumbs up when you're ready, Dr. Derek, please.
Just have one more to do. Mhm.
Progress.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. We welcome each and everyone who has signed in and those who are watching us virtually on YouTube. Today is August 8th, 2023, and we welcome you to Globally Changing Lives Deep Dive. This is an official on-passive webinar, and we are honored to have you today with us. At this stage, we're going to start our webinar officially with our signature tune, which Dr. Derek is going to play for us. And please, I'll urge you to watch these special effects with the nonverbal communication about what's trending in our on-passive journey right now through In It to Win It song by one and only Sister Lerato Shadare Prosperity, one of our global ambassadors who sang that song. So at this stage, I'm passing it over to Dr. Derek to play the music for us, please. Thank you. Thanks, Dr. Derek.
on passive. On passive, the future of internet.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
Debbie, you're muted.
Thank you very much, Dr. Derek. Very much appreciated. Wow, that was amazing. We are definitely in it to win it, Sister Larato. We appreciate you very much. Your voice and everything, and Dr. Derek, we appreciate the images as well. All right, we're moving to the next item, which is about the mindset. We know that a mindset is affected by two things. The physical, which our CEO has promised us, and the mental, which we're going to get from Queen Dr. J.W. So we're hoping that we're going to work on it based on what J.W. is going to, Queen Dr. T. Queen Dr. T, today is you. And you have a lot to share with us today. Simple tips to help you live your best life now. That means now, not tomorrow, now. The simple tips. So let's not postpone that. And the only person who can tell us that is Queen Tunishaya, Dr. T. Who is she? Just in case we have some newcomers on the forum tonight, she is an international transformational speaker. She's a life coach, an empowerment trainer, a TV talk show host, and also she has published 4 books, which she shared a couple of them with us some time ago. So please, just in case you did not come ready, you should really be mentally ready to hear that, because she has this wonderful tips to share with us. She says simple, but I know that they definitely are loaded. So without further ado, Dr. T, welcome. The microphone is yours, Dr. T.
All right. Thank you so much. And you always do such an excellent job, Queen Debbie. I really do appreciate you. Very much so. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for allowing me to be on this platform and to share this message with you all tonight. And I'm going to assume that most of you, if not all of you, had an opportunity to hear Mr. Ashman Farah a couple of days ago. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? But whenever he spoke, it was loaded. It was powerful, and it was encouraging. And both Marty and Red had an opportunity to do a recap. So you all know what's going on. You all know what's coming down. Purchase Old Connect. That is great news. But I'm going to do something. I'm going to put a wrench in it right now. I'm going to throw a real big wrench in it. Let's just imagine for a moment that we didn't get that message. Let's say that Mr. Ash said something totally different. Let's imagine that he said that we are not going to be able to buy or connect until next year this time. Let's just imagine that's what he said. Let's just imagine if he said that the marketing team has found a few glitches and they have to go back to the drawing board. Let's just imagine he said that. What would that do to you? Will some of you throw in the towel? Will some of you become so discouraged you want to just leave on passive altogether? You've already waited. Many of you have already waited 5 years already. So what's another year, right? But for some of you, you may be able to just get this, take this, and move with it and drive on. And some of you may just fall off. But we're going to find out tonight. We're going to make sure that all of you are winners, because I'm going to give you some tips of how to live your best life now. And it has nothing to do with on passive. It has nothing to do, very little or nothing to do with money. We're going to tap into what drives you, What's on the inside that makes you move, that makes you get up in the morning? So we're going to talk about the tips that will help you live your best life now. The first tip I would like to share with you is to make the most out of the least. I'll say that again. Make the most out of the least. It's not about how much you have. It's about what you do with what you have. Now, I'll say that again. It's not about what you have. It's about what you do with what you have. Stop thinking that you have to have money to make an impact. Stop thinking that money and resources is the answer to all of your problems when you're trying to do something. Because when you focus on the material and focus on money, you've already put yourself in a place of unfulfillment. And you don't want to do that. There are so many. I remember, I think it was last week, Dr. Derrick gave an illustration of how he wanted to help some people that were hungry that he knew of. But he said he didn't have any money. He said he didn't have any money, but he knew there was a place that had food. And he went to that place and he got the food and he gave it to those people that were in need. And he stressed over and over again, I didn't have any money. He didn't have to go into his own pocket, but he knew there was a resource. There was a place. What he had a heart. He had a drive. He had a desire to make a difference. And I'm pretty sure the people that he helped were most appreciative. So again, he made the most out of the least. What did he use? He used his drive. He used a passion and a willingness to help. I don't know if he drove there or rode his bike or got a ride there. It doesn't matter. But the most important thing is that it got done. And that's what I want to stress right now. The first tip is to make the most out of the least. It's not about money. It's not about what you don't have. Use what you've got. Number one tip. The second tip, make time for what you need. I'm going to emphasize the word you. Make time for what you need. Stop thinking it's never enough time. I always hear that. It's never enough time. We don't have enough time in a day. Yes, you do. You have more than enough time. 24 hours. 24 hours is what you have for one day. You spend 8 hours sleeping. If you work a 9-to-5 job, most of you spend 8 hours working. So what are you doing with the rest of the time? My point is that God has given us 24 hours. Understand that you have all the time in the world. If something is important to you, your fitness, friends, family, self-care, or anything else that makes you happy, make time for it. It's all about balance. So that's the second tip. If you want to have a fulfilled life, if you want to live your best life now, make time for what the emphasis on you, make time for what you need. The third tip, take care of your things. You may say, Dr. T, what does that have to do with anything? Take care of your things. And I'll explain to you why I say that. If you spend time replacing the things that you have because you can take care of it, what is that going to do? That's going to give you undue stress. That's going to dip into your finances. That's going to hinder you from doing things that you could be doing because you're taking care of things that you can take care of. Now, let me give you a really great illustration. Now, you all know that a vehicle, when you have a vehicle, you have to do what? Change the oil. Most of you do know that, right? Oh, okay. Ladies, you all do know that, right? Okay. I'm picking on the ladies because I know a lot of times we'll just drive before we know, we have a messed up motor. Some of us are like that, okay? But you have to change the oil. You have to rotate the tires. You may have to get a tune-up, especially if you have an older vehicle. Now, I know someone who had a son who bought a used vehicle. It was already used. And I was told that he drove this vehicle and drove it, and he never got the oil changed. So what do you think happened? He lost the car. Now he's walking. But he put so much money into the car because it's already used. Okay? But he did not take care of it. So when things start to break up and break down, he had to put money into it because he was not caring for the vehicle. So the point that I'm trying to make is if you take care of the things that you have, that's going to allot you time, energy, and money to focus on what you need to focus on. So take care of your things. That means your pets. That means people that you love. Take care of them. Because if you don't abuse it, If you take care of it, then you don't have to spend time, effort, and money taking care of it later because you're taking care of it now. Does that make sense? All right. The fourth thing, find what motivates you. Find out what makes you tick. What motivates you? What motivates you? Identify why you are doing the things that you do. Why do you do the things that you do? Why do you wake up in the morning? Figure out what motivates you and what keeps you on track. That is so important. Because when you realize that you can actually accumulate and achieve your dreams and your goals, again, this is not talking about money. This is not talking about a lot of resources. This talks about just making sure that you're doing and you find out what motivates you. Why do you get up in the morning? What makes you tick? This is another tip of making sure that you live your best life now. The next tip, and this is so important, surround yourself with love. You can't be happy in this world without it. Some people may say, I don't need that. I don't need anybody, just me, myself, and I. Okay, well, let's start with me, myself, and I. Make sure you have self-love. Let's start there. Make sure that you love you, because you can't love you. You cannot love anybody else until you love you. All right? What does the Word of God say? It tells us. First, he says, love him with all your heart and all your soul, right? Love God first. And then what does he tell you to do? Love your neighbor as you what? Love you. So if you don't love you, you're right. You can't love anybody else. You are not going to be fulfilled. You're not going to have a sense of purpose. You're not going to have a drive. You're not going to have a mission if you cannot learn how to love yourself and surround yourself with love. That's the key to everything. Look what Mr. Ashford Farrar is doing. One of the things they said is that he loves us. He enjoys spending time on the webinars with all of us. The people who come on and ask him questions and kick it with him. That makes him drive. If he was just on the top in the top building somewhere in the penthouse, looking down at everybody and has no clue of how we feel or what's going on, he would be an unhappy soul. There might be some people who live their lives like that, but he's not one of them. And I want to encourage you not to be like that either. So surround yourself with love and begin with yourself. Begin to have self-love. You'll be surprised of how many people do not like themselves. You'll be surprised how many people are always finding faults with themselves. There's nothing good about them. So they live their lives in a bubble. They live their lives isolated. They don't reach out and they don't know how to reach within. You don't want to live your life like that. You will never be able to experience your best life now if you do not surround yourself with love and you do not learn to love yourself. The next tip, and we're almost finished, don't compete or compare. Don't compete or compare yourself with others. Don't do that. When you compare yourself with others, then you find yourself becoming depressed, becoming envious. You can open up the doors for sickness and disease. I'm telling you, that's an emotion that you do not want to experience. Everybody's life journey is different. Everybody can't do what somebody else is doing. Like, for example, Ashford Farrar is the only one that can do on passive. There's nobody out there that can compete with that. And they shouldn't try to. Stay in your own lane. Put those blinders on, like a horse when you're in a race. He's not trying to find out what the other horses are doing. He's in his lane, and he's trying to win the race for himself. When you find yourself competing, all you're saying is that I cannot do something like someone else, not be like them. But you have your own assignment. God has given you an assignment. It is not to be like someone else. It is not to compete or compare yourself with someone else. That's why you're unique. That's the reason why I believe that God gave me the organization Your Own Uniqueness. That's profound. Your own uniqueness. What I do is I teach women and youth how to become their best selves, how to bring out that person that they are, that God intended for them to be. And that means don't look at someone else's journey. Don't try to compare yourselves with them, and definitely do not compete, because when you're competing, you're telling God that I don't like my life. What you've called me to do doesn't matter. It's not about anything. And that's a slap on the face to him. Okay, because he did not do that. When he created you, he created you to be unique and whole individuals with a unique plan, a unique journey that only you can fulfill. So you don't have time to compete with anyone, and you don't have time to compare yourself to anyone. Is that correct? That's correct. Okay, now the next one. Make room for others. Make room for others. Isn't that what Mr. Ashford is doing? Now, I'm going to tell you something. He could have easily made this a for-profit business, like everybody else does, and just had employees, and they go out and sell products, and everybody just makes their little paycheck and go home. But no, he didn't do that. He's sharing the wealth. He's giving you an opportunity to live your dream. Why? Because he's making room for others. He's making room for others to be at the top, just like he is. He's making room for others because he's not a selfish person. Right now, before you start getting anything in your wallet, you got to start right now before anything comes to fruition. You have to start right now understanding that you're not the only person in this world. Sometimes people can become very self-centered and focus on what they're doing. We've got to get out of ourselves. We've got to get out of ourselves to start believing that there are other people that matter too. It's not just about you and your family. There's a whole big world out there who needs your help. And this is what Mr. Ashford Farrar is trying to do. He's trying to teach us all, before you start getting money in your wallet, what do you want to do? Are you going to try to help other people? I was having a conversation. I want to vary up a little bit. I was having a conversation with Antoinette Coleman. She's online right now. And we were talking over the weekend, and she said to me, she said, Tanisha, I said, you see that? I said, Tony, you know, we call her Tony. I said, Tony, you know, we have 1.4 million plus brand ambassadors, founders. She said, yeah. I said, you know, most of those people, a lot of those people are not going to do anything to help other people. She said, I know that. And you know that too. We have all of these founders, but everybody's not going to go out there and make a difference. You know that. They get money in their wallets. They're going to go and just take care of themselves. I'm just being for real. Let's call it the way it is. But the ones who are going to, like he said, those who are going to go out there and make a difference, those who are going to make an impact, those are the ones that are going to get Mr. Ashford Farrar's attention. Those are the ones who are going to be able to stay with on passive. The other ones, they're going to drop off. He's going to ask them to leave. You don't want to be that person. That's why you want to learn right now why you don't have the ducats, why you don't have the apples, if they call them, is to start making room for others. That should be a practice that you should practice every single day. Like I taught you all last week. Think about somebody that you haven't talked to in a while, or somebody that may have a need, and practice now really caring about others. And again, it doesn't really all depend on about money. It may just take your time. It might just take a kind word. It might just take a kind gesture. Something that you can go out of your way and do because you're thinking about someone else. If you want to live your best life now, then you have to learn to include others in it. And the last one is, don't let people's expectations of you dictate how you should live. I want to say that one again. Don't let people's expectations of you dictate how you should live. Living your best life now means letting go of everyone's expectations of you. Choose what makes you happy. What makes you happy every single day. Realize that all validation you need should be internal. It should be internal. You should be your biggest fan. You should give yourself rah-rah. If nobody else celebrates you, you celebrate you. If nobody else gives you approval, you give yourself approval. And the last thing you want to understand, that the only person that can truly validate you is God. Aim to please Him. That should be your goal. That should be what's in your heart. But never try to live up to somebody else's expectations. Do you know how many people are miserable because they're trying to live their parents' dreams? I know someone personally, and Tony knows them too. They have a store. It's called London Luggage. It's right downtown Detroit. It's a wonderful luggage store. He has high-end luggage, purses, things like that. Everything's very expensive. The rich of the rich come in all the time and buy things. His dream was, I believe, was to be an author, to write books. But right now, he is running his father's store. That was his father's dream. But that was not his dream. And he's doing a good job. The store is doing very well. But every day when he thinks back on his life, he's saying, wow, I wish I could have been that author. So he's going to go and he may die with regrets because he's an older man. He's not a young man anymore. He's an older man. And he may not ever get an opportunity to write a book. He may not ever get an opportunity to be an author because he's living someone else's dream, because he's living up to somebody else's expectations. Don't let that be you. You know who you are. If you're on this webinar and you find yourself doing things because someone else is expecting you to do it, get off of that bandwagon. Get off that bandwagon. This is a time for you to actually look in the mirror and ask yourself, what do I want to do? How do I live my best life now? And let me take the steps to do it, because I don't have all day. One of the things that Mr. Ashman Farrar was saying, which was so profound, he said, if you're in your 40s and older, this is it. This is your last stop, possibly. We don't have a whole lot of time. You're going to have more time behind you, okay, than you have in front of you. You have more time behind you than you have in front of you, okay? You're in that midway, okay, especially if you're in your 60s, 70s. I'm not saying you get ready to croak over. I'm not saying that. But the whole point is you already know the truth. You have more time behind you than you have ahead. So this is the time to really just be true to yourself. This is the time to live your best life now. Not wait until money comes into your wallet. You have to be true to you. That person, like I taught you all last time, about being authentic, being your authentic self, aiming for the sky, and making sure that you know that when it's all over, God can say to you, well done, my good and my faithful servant. Come on in. I got a place for you. But you cannot do that if you don't make up in your mind before you start getting money, because it's not about the money. Because a lot of people have money, but they don't have a vision. They don't have a purpose. They're not on track. They're all over the place because they don't know what they're going to do with that money. It's just they just have money. This money coming in, but they don't have the money. Remember, I told you that money is a living entity. If you don't respect it, it's not going to respect you. So make up in your mind. Apply these tips that I just gave you. And I promise you that you will be able to. So I'm going to give you a recap. Number one, make the most out of the least. The second one is make time for what you need. The third one, take care of your things. That's material and other things too. The fourth one, find what motivates you. The fifth one is surround yourself with love, and this includes self-love. The sixth one, don't compete or compare yourself with others. The other one is make room for others. That's number 7. And the last one is don't let people's expectations of you dictate how you should live. When you apply these 8 tips to your life, you will begin to experience your best life now. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Dr. T. God bless you too. And thank you so much for sharing, because that was an outstanding mindset you shared with us today. Now the tips are growing higher from 6 to 8. I know in the past, the last couple of them, you've been giving us 6 tips, 1, 2, and today we have 8. I don't know where I fall in terms of as simple as you make them look, they are not that simple to emulate. They're not that simple to identify, especially if you're someone who did not know about them. But because of OnPassive, we're learning this, and we know how to find you. We know how to ask questions and get directions from you. So at this stage, I would say if anyone has questions relating to the simple tips that Dr. T has just shared with us about how to live your life best now and not in the future, please, this is the right time to bring it up while she's still here with us before we move to the next segment. I know Dr. Benny always has something. I'd like to give it up to our global ambassadors to share any comments that they have about Dr. T's presentation. So I'll just give a few seconds. You raise your hand, and Dr. T is right here waiting unless you are so knowledgeable about what she shared. Queen Benny.
Yes, please. I will always say something. Thank you so much, Queen Debbie, for giving me this opportunity. And I want to really thank, I would say what, astonishing presentation or inspirational speech. But first of all, I want to thank, without him, you and I will not be here. All these tips, I love them, but this one should be, I think it's very important. It says, take care of your thing. And you gave an example, a car. So I do notice that what you said, giving this particular example, it is really good for women because most of the time they allow but men or those who are married, right? They allow but they oh, my husband has to do it, my husband. But if your husband is not there, who is going to do it for you? You can do it for yourself. Do not wait for no man. Do it. Aren't you a woman? My goodness sake. Anyway, I want to really thank you. I love everything and I do it myself because I'm a woman. Thank you so much. I respect you, Dr.
Thank
T.
you. Right.
Yes,
I made that an important tip because to take care of your things, not like I said, I used the car as an illustration, but oftentimes if you abuse the things that you have or don't take care of them, and you have to spend money repairing them or replacing them because you did not take care of it. It's one thing when it wears out because it's time for it to wear out. But it's another thing because it wears out because you did not take care of it. That's going to take money. So if they're taking away your money, what's going to do? That's going to stress you out. You're going to be unhappy. Okay, you see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? Okay, you're spending time getting something repaired. You're spending effort trying to find somebody to repair it, and that's taken away from your goal. So if you take care of your things, that's a headache that you don't have. Your pets, your garden, whatever it may be, whatever belongs to you, whatever is important to you, take care of it. Take care of it. That's why it's one of the tips to live your best life now, because you don't have to worry about that because you're taking care of the things that God has entrusted to you. That might even be a car.
No, the car, to tell the truth, Dr. T, a lot of, please forgive me. When you look at the cars of some of the women, you will want to sit in there. I'm serious. Not only women, but men as well. So it is very important that you should take care of yourself, take care of your things.
Yes.
I know that because I have seen it.
Yes.
Yes, doctor.
That's important. Take care of you. That's it. Take care of you.
Absolutely.
If you don't take care of you,
Take care of your house.
Derek said, hospital bills. Okay.
Absolutely.
Doctor bills. Take care of you. Start there. Take care of the things that belong to you, and your body belongs to you. Here you go. Thank you so much.
Talking. Yes, please. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Benny.
Let me allow Queen Dr. Nado to proceed.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dr. Benny, my sister from another mother, but Passivian. I'm very happy to hear. I was so focused listening to what Dr. T was teaching us, and I didn't even know she passed the 5 rules that she said. When she was summarizing, I'm like, wow, we went all the way to 8. Yesterday we heard our CEO talking about the way we go out of track without knowing it because we bring too much distraction to our lives. So it's very important to focus. Today I was meditating something that is saying that do not, out of selfish ambition or vain conceit, rather in humility value others above yourself. So when you have something and you want to keep it for yourself, now noticing someone next to you is very dangerous. So I like when you were talking about that part where we have to be open to others. We are not the only one hungry. We are not the only one poor. We are not the only one. If we look around, we will see someone who needs more than us. So Thank you very much for sharing that part with us.
Thank you.
That's what I want to share. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, Queen Dr. Nadu, our sister from another father. You're welcome. Thank you so much for your contribution as well. And it's always an honor having you support us. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. At this stage, as we're talking about mindset and meditation, let's just have in our prayers anyone who's lost anybody as we move forward. I know a couple of our forum leaders, Sister Bridget Cansey's mother passed away. So let's just have her in our prayers. Okay. We're moving forward to the next exciting segment of the webinar, which is what a lot of people might be looking forward to, because the mindset has put us, we're now ready for that segment of the webinar. And this is in every course, and anyone who goes to school, you have the 101, which is the preliminary classes that we take. And what we're going to talk today is our ecosystem 101. And before we move to that, the person who is going to do this for us is the one and only person who helps lead us in every forum. Dr. Derek, always on his feet, ready to empower us 24/7. And he's never tired. You ask him 10 questions, you'll get all the answers you need for your questions. He makes us laugh and he cracks jokes, crazy jokes. And those crazy jokes are what, no, some people, including me, I look forward to coming every Tuesday and Thursday, as well as on the Dream Team on Sundays. We appreciate you, Dr. Derek, not just what you do for us, but all the international forums that you present at. We really honor that. And today you have this on passive ecosystem 101 tips. That's what a lot of people would like to know. And it's our honor that you have time to share that with us tonight. So the microphone is yours, Dr. Derek, and thank you once more.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of holy love to every global ambassadors and also all our users that is on YouTube or even on this webinar, because a lot of people don't understand that we can invite users to our webinars. So that's the first thing. We can invite anyone that you invited and they sign up with using getting an email and logging in or registering with you. You can let me talk about this meeting and Dream Team. I don't know about maybe other meetings, but on Deep Dive you can invite your users to Deep Dive and to Dream Team on Sundays, most definitely. Others will have to speak for themselves. But you can invite people because, listen, the same ecosystem or ecosystem, whichever pronunciation you use, the same ecosystem that you have as a founder or as a global ambassador is the same ecosystem that your user who you send your affiliate link to and they register. So this is a very good place to invite them to, and they can get the information they need so that they understand exactly what we are about. And so what we are about is, first of all, first and foremost, the mindset. The mindset. Because a lot of people get into riches. A lot of people. 90% of persons who win the lotto, you know, millions of dollars, 314 million and all of those millions of dollars. And within 3 years, gone. Don't have anything to show. Pauperized more than how they were pauperized before they win that millions of dollars. Right? And so especially Deep Dive and Dream Team, we take special attention, just like Ash Mufari yesterday, last night, you know, right up until after 2 minutes to 3 this morning. He was spending time with us, right? He said something very key, and that is preparation is key to anything. Preparation is key to anything. You don't start big projects without preparation. Yeah, you shouldn't even start little projects without preparation, really. It's monumental. And we know a massive surge is coming. So we have one shot. We have one shot to blow it up in a good way. We are as proud and happy as we can or could be, and the credit goes to our passionate leaders. We owe it to them, and we have nailed it, as according to Queen Debbie. We nailed it. Things are about to take off. So if you didn't know that things are about to take off in Unpassive, and that is within a couple of weeks, within 2 weeks, things are going to be taking off. Then you heard it now. Things are about to take off. And it's the same thing basically Queen Dr. Tunishai has been saying, you know, today on her mindset, that things are about to take off and preparation is tantamount to success. So yes, make the most of the least. A lot of persons are not contented. And that's a problem. That's the major problem. Not being contented. Always want more. And nothing is wrong with wanting more, but that more must be within your means. That more must be within your means. And so for those of us who were on the webinar up until this morning, we as Queen Mirthlin said, it was a lot of good nuggets, a lot of good information. You could see that our CEO, Ash Mufari, was excited and he was pleased and he was happy with where things are at this time. All right. So let us just be patient, or continue to be patient, and just wait patiently. Invite persons with your affiliate link. Invite persons because listen, the more you invite is the more people we are going to help. You notice I didn't say the more you invite is the more money you're going to get. No, because that is how we look at things. No, the more people we invite is the more people we will help. That is the way to look at it. Let us look at it in that frame of mind, because that is the more important way to look at things. All right, wonderful. And so we are going to, of course, look at our ecosystem. And as I said earlier, that the ecosystem is for everybody. From once they register with one of your affiliate links, then most definitely it is, you are good to go, right? And so when you register, everybody, well, let me even go to this one first. Everybody that register, everyone that register, the first thing they are going to see actually is, all right, so let me get it over here. Just bear with me a few moments here. So let me come here. All right. Okay, wonderful. So when they register and they are logged in, right? Of course, they are a user, right? Not a reseller. I said this last night, when the question was asked. They are a user. They can use OConnect. They can join OConnect meeting. They don't have to become an affiliate to use. They can join. The only thing they are not going to see on their or in their ecosystem is this O Founders logo, because they are not a founder. That's the only thing. Everything else remains the same. And so this become a affiliate. This become an affiliate is only for those who decide to be a reseller. Then you click the affiliate, become an affiliate, so you can have a affiliate link for yourselves. So they don't have to promote a next person's affiliate link and all of those things. Don't start getting to those shady things. If they want to share, tell them to become an affiliate. Don't give them your affiliate link to share with others. Tell them become an affiliate, and you would have an affiliate link to share and earn money yourself, because that is how you fully help persons. Okay, all right. And so they click on the become an affiliate, and of course they will have the non-disclosure and confidentiality agreement, NDCA, right? So the same thing they would have to do if they want to become an affiliate or become a reseller, one in the same, right? They read, and of course down at the bottom they put in their nationality and sign and check these two boxes and click accept, right? And everything is good to go for that person who is a user, right? And when they become a affiliate, is the same as becoming a reseller. All right, those are what is just someone who uses the product, who uses OMail, uses ONet, uses OTrim, and use OConnect and OTracker. All right, but from an affiliate, please to note that they can purchase, they can use, they don't have to become an affiliate, right? Becoming an affiliate means that they are now a reseller. All right, so that is the difference between users and reseller slash affiliate. Reseller slash affiliate, again, is one in the same. They don't have to become one. It is a choice. Please remember that. And don't, coax and bully anyone to become an affiliate. All right. And so all of these on the left hand menu, it will look a little different on your phone. Maybe on Thursday, we might look on the phone. So come back on Thursday and we will on the phone. But this is how it look on your computer. And back, maybe let me come out of this and go into just a user account. Not become an affiliate, it's still up there, right? And you scroll down with OConnect and it says get it now. 14 days 14 days trial, and it says start now. And if you notice on the left hand menu, it is right there now. They can also create a OConnect as a user. You can create a OConnect, very important. So don't tell people that they have to become a reseller in order to use OConnect. That information is false. Okay, they don't have to become a reseller. So you see, they can do the same thing. They can create a webinar. Click on webinar. and create a webinar, just like what you do by clicking on create and do the same process. Everything remains the same. The only thing with clicking on become an affiliate is if they want to receive commission, not to use the product, not to create a webinar, not to use our tracker, not to use our trim, not to use our net, not to use our mail or any of the products. No, they can use the products regardless of becoming an affiliate, or as most people say, a reseller. All right. So looking beautiful and looking good and looking nice, just like any other person that have access, whether you're a founder or and all of that. Priority, everything remains the same, just as a user. All right. And they would have access to all net, access to all trim. Everything remains the same as a user. So the very, very important thing to remember that one, users can now come to Deep Dive, and if they want information, especially if they want to know what this is all about and so on and so forth, and also Dream Team on a Sunday. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you can invite your users to Deep Dive and to Dream Team on Sundays. All right. So they can, as you can see, the same thing that you have, and or trim. They can trim a URL. They can do all of that. Everything, all the features remains the same, including the $10 credit that you migrating. They got the same $10 credit or 10 credit for registering into the OMail or into the ecosystem. All right. And so that is kind of the quick overview of the ecosystem 101, that persons who are users are without becoming an affiliate. Please remember that, because that's a lot of miscommunication that is happening with founders and persons who they are inviting. All right. So thank you very much. Really appreciate you taking your time out. And any questions from the presentation, one, and also if you have any questions on the meeting that runs for about 5 hours up until this morning with our CEO, Ash Mufare. Thank you very much. And over to you, Queen Debbie.
Wow, Dr. Derek, this is the briefest and straight to the point presentation you've had. 101 at its best. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm sorry, I must say this. You nailed it, because I was trying to see what you were going to identify, the difference between the users and the founders. And when you did that, I said, oh, wow. I don't know if our global ambassadors are sharing that with people that are users or they are not. And I hope that from those of us who are here, if you had any doubts, now it's been clarified. If it has not been clarified and you have any doubt about what Dr. Derek just presented, or what you got from the webinar last night with our CEO, 3, 4, 5 hours. Oh my goodness. And you know, he never gets tired, though. For those of you who are joining now, or a year ago, 2, 3 years ago, he used to have webinars for 12, 14 hours, and he would talk and talk and talk. Now he's shortening it to 5 hours. That's a good one. That's a good sign that we're getting there in the next 2 weeks as he promised. So this is time for questions and discussions on any issues that you have relating to the presentations, either by Dr. T, Dr. Tinishaya, or Dr. Derek, or from the webinar last night, or any other thing to do with the ecosystem. So I'll stop yakking so you can go ahead and raise your hands so Dr. Derek and any other leader can assist you with your concerns. Thank you so much once more, Dr. Derek. Dr. Benny, is Sister Bridget Kamsi in the house? I don't know if she's able to work to do any.
Let me see.
Wow, this is
Yeah,
a
she
miracle.
is.
No one is raising hands. So Dr. Derek did an outstanding job. Yeah, so everyone understood everything and there are no questions. So does this mean we can move on? All right. I guess I'll just give it, this is how we do it, Dr. Derek, if you have that. And then if there are no hands, then we move to the next segment of the webinar. There are no hands raised, right? It means you did an outstanding job and so did Dr. T.
Beautiful. No, what it really means is that the question that Niraj asked last night, or this morning actually, the question that Niraj asked this morning, it set a lot of people mind to rest. So, because that is the question that really everybody want to know, right? And so it was answered last night. So I guess people are setting their focus really on that, and kind of bring down their blood pressure, wondering if they're going to wait another month or another 2 months or maybe early next year. So because they heard the satisfying answer last night, I guess, and it has been in WhatsApp all over the place from morning. It's up and down in WhatsApp and other social platform. So everybody heart, I guess, is a little contented, and you know, setting them focus in a little narrower way than the haphazard way that it was. So I guess that is where we are right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. In a good way, that corporate webinar really helped last night answer most of the doubts that people had on their minds. So over to you, Dr. Benny. Thank you very much, Dr. Derek.
Yes, please. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. We appreciate you. The 101. I think I am learning too. Thank you so much. Oh, Brand Ambassador Howard, please, could you please unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My question is to Dr. Derek. For the user who started their free trial, they're going to be limited to a specific period. What occurs or what happens after the period expires?
The same thing that happened to you happened to them. If we don't go commercial and start to sell, then they will continuously have the free trial until that period come. When that period come, then they would have to purchase or leave that alone and just stay with the free products, basically.
Okay, thank you.
And that is for every product in the future. It's just that because we kind of moving in the process properly, right? It will not be no 2 months free trial as is happening with Oconic and Ochaka, right? If it's a 7-day free trial or a 14-day free trial for the paid products, for all the paid products that will be coming when we kick off, then it will just be 14 days and just be 7 days free trial. When that free trial is done, if you don't purchase, then you just stay with the free products or free solutions. That's the word I want. Free solutions. And so people can stay there with the free solutions. They don't have to purchase anything. Don't have to, right? However, if you know, that will be the automated system of OnPassive now, we'll reach out to them, you know, show them how this thing really work, etc., etc., and let them know that they can be very successful, because all the hard work is out of the equation when it comes on to this internet company, and that is going to make the difference, that people will feel comfortable to actually, you know, pay that first subscription, and you know, and then business take off. So people will be more into OnPassive than other companies when it come on to purchasing. Thank you.
All right, Brother Howard, are you satisfied?
It's okay, Dr. Benny.
Yes, I do. I'm happy for that clarification because it was a little bit ambiguous. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for the question. And we have Siga?
Sinara.
Sinara.
Sinara signing in from St. Martin.
Okay. So she said, may I know the question and the answer that he asked, please? So the question is, as a user, what happened when a user trial for OConnect ends?
Dr. Benny, I think that question from Sinara is about the question from last night that Dr. Derek referred to.
Okay, thank you.
Sinara, are you in the house? Can you say your question, please? Because the question from Niraj and the answer, I think that question was raised after Dr. Derek.
All right.
Yeah, he just confirmed that, yes, the question from Niraj.
Okay.
And the response from the response from
from our CEO, right?
Yes.
So Dr. Derek, do you remember the question? Could you please he wants the question from Niraj and the answer.
Okay. Sure. The question from Niraj was when OConnect is going to be no, that wasn't the question. The next corporate webinar is going to be on the paid OConnect platform.
Absolutely.
When will that be? That was the question.
Okay.
And Ash Mufara said within the next one person get excited. No.
Oh, man. I am. Thank you so much. All right. I noticed that there's no hands raised. So I am going to hand it over to Queen Debbie.
Wow. This is, thank you so much, Dr. Benny. Thank you, Dr. Derek. And thank you to, okay, Darian.
Proceed, Darren. Unmute yourself, please.
Oh, all right. Sorry. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my precious family. The question, I'm happy for everything. Every time that Dr. Tanisha speaks, I'm so informed to know that I don't have to pay attention. And you know, each person that speaks, wherever they come on this wonderful platform or dream or any one of them, I don't take it for granted, you know, and I really appreciate it. However, my question is this now. I am in the ecosystem. I have decided not to become an affiliate. So, say for example, I buy my product, say Ocanet. But guess what? I did not sign the NDA no, because I just did sign it. But guess what happened now? I paid for Ocanet and looking for money. What is this? How that go? I did not become an affiliate. I did not sign. Is it that I take it for granted that whether I do not sign, I will be able to get commission? Thank you.
Well, you'll see it, but you won't be able to draw it. You won't be able to move it. You won't be able to do anything with it. It will be there. You'll be seeing it. So someone purchase a subscription of Ocanek and you purchase it, yes, because you have to purchase it first, because you can't sell what you don't have. So you purchase it, you pay the subscription, and then one of your user pay a subscription. You'll see you'll see a commission, but you would not be able to use it, whether in the wallet, from wallet to wallet, or from wallet to your bank account, or from wallet to whatever card you want to put it to. You will not be able to do anything with it until you sign that NDA and become an affiliate. Okay, doke.
Right. I believe she's satisfied. Queen Debbie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Queen
Thank you.
Darian. It's always
Proceed.
a pleasure and honor having you. Dr. Benny, thank you once more again. And thank you everyone for joining us today. Queen Darian, it's always a pleasure having you. At this stage, no more hands raised. I will say we're going to, if I may ask Dr. Derek, if it's okay with you, we close the YouTube channel. We thank our YouTube viewers for being with us tonight, and we look forward to having you again every Tuesday and Thursday on Deep Dive and on Sundays at Dream Team. But for now, another hand.
Yes, please, another hand.
Queen Carol.
Please proceed, Queen Carol. Could you please unmute yourself?
Blessings, blessings. Good evening, brothers and sisters. I heard Dr. Derek just said, you can't sell something that you don't have. And it clicked in my mind. If, for example, I am not going to be using Oconnect, for example, is it necessary to purchase that product because I have to sell it?
Yes. Again, yes. Can't sell what you don't have. If you open a store, you see, don't let Oconnect be so, on passive be so complicated. If you open a physical store, you'd have to buy the product, put in the store for you to sell the product. It's the same principle. Even though OnPassive is doing all the heavy lifting and all of this and all of that and blah, 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 you still have to buy the product to sell the product. It's just a reseller's 101. You have to buy product to sell product, right? Buying have to happen before you can sell in any aspect, in any way you look at it, wherever you look at it. So yes, you have to buy it before you can sell it, basically.
Thank you, Queen Carol.
Even if you're not going to use it, you personally not going to use it, it doesn't matter. And that is why you are a reseller. You are not just a founder, you know. Right? The founder is something separate. It means that you saw the vision of Ash Mafari and you believe in the vision and you came on board. That is that. But business side of things now, the business side of things now, you have to buy product to sell product. It's a buy and sell. It's simple. If you're going to do even lemonade, you know, or what have you, or you know, well, some places you can get it on commission, right? Because Girl Guide cookies, the little children them get it on commission, so to speak, or consignment, and they sell it and then give the money. You know, that's a kind of different arrangement. But generally speaking, you have to buy to sell. Basically, that's
Thanks for your response, Dr. Derek. Appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So it doesn't matter whether you're using it or you like it. It doesn't matter. You know, you might not use our tracker, you might not like our tracker, but you still buy it because you're in the selling business. That's the business you're into right now. So buy it so you can sell it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. I was just going to say in West Africa, we have buy and sell 'em. So on passive is buy and sell 'em. You cannot be selling what you don't have. So
yeah, anywhere you go, that's it.